Arturo Polizzi stepped into a role 2 years ago that many might have looked the other way. The ProMedica president and CEO says the company was looking at $7 billion in revenue and was unprofitable. He had to come in and make changes, many of them unpopular, but he pared it down to a $3 billion operation and once again profitable with a laser focus on the future. WTOL 11 is the first Toledo TV station to sit down with Polizzi 2 years after he took the reins of one of Northwest Ohio's largest employers.
Welcome and thank you.
Arturo Polizzi stepped into what some might call the best, worst job in Northwest Ohio in 2022.
We were bleeding a lot of cash at that point, and we needed a plan to get out of it. So it was very stressful. It was stressful on the leadership team here. It was stressful on the clinicians who take care of people.
He said on the backside of the pandemic and the crush of inflation, the leadership at ProMedica knew drastic changes needed to be made. But consider this. Polizzi took over a company that had been riding high.
Kind of long story short, we're pleased to be here.
Randy Ostra's ProMedica beamed with pride for years with its new downtown headquarters. The naming rights on the refurbished Glass City Center and being a driving force behind the Solheim Cup at Inverness. But in 2022, Polizzi says the writing was on the wall.
About it, and like I said, I was very transparent at the beginning. We were going to have to do some tough things. And we did, and I think if you're honest with people, they'll accept it. They may not like it, but they'll accept it.
Polizzi called it the worst of times. Financial restructuring was critical, scaling ProMedica down to become profitable after shedding major assets.
So we went from 2 years ago, $7 billion in revenue, really unprofitable, to $3 billion in revenue and profitable. So that was the plan, was to really scale down and become profitable.
Polizzi says the turnaround had to be measured, and the attention to those external things like politics, concerts, and sponsorships were no longer priorities. He says he had to get this house in order first.
We still have some debt we have to manage, and so from a community perspective, I'm still really focused on ProMedica. But I think that's really important. We employ 20,000 people. We're really a critical employer here for Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan.
And some of that debt was wrapped up in failed West Coast tech company Bitwise. WTOL 11 obtained documents showing ProMedica invested nearly $1 million into Bitwise and tens of millions in repurposing Toledo's historic Jefferson Center that Bitwise was supposed to occupy. Is ProMedica free of that relationship?
We're free of the relationship with Bitwise, yes. They filed bankruptcy, and that process, I don't know where it is, but we're not part of it at this point. But we do.
Does ProMedica recoup any of the investment dollars that went into that organization?
No, we do not. No, we do not. We were a victim, just like all the other victims across the country, of Bitwise, which is maddening, to say the least.
But Polizzi says they're turning lemons into lemonade by remaining committed to the Jefferson Center, and they hope to announce new tenants in the near future. For now, healthcare is the sole focus, remaining competitive on nursing wages, and nurturing growth in service lines like surgery, oncology, and neurology. Maybe a way for this organization known for its green to stay in the green. And when asked with the holidays around the corner for what he's thankful, Polizzi didn't hesitate to praise his team.
We have incredible clinicians. I have really deep respect for our caregivers, our doctors, our advanced practice providers, our nurses, all the way down to the front lines, to the people who clean the rooms. And the dedication you see, and they're working so hard, is just, it fills me with pride. So I am incredibly grateful for all of them.
Polizzi says as a tribute to that workforce, they recently handed out 20,000 turkeys. By the way, you can see the full 30-minute interview right now on WTOL 11+.